Hello everyone, this is Luba Evans. The topic for today's video is my 13 top secrets to break free from energetic vampirism. And when I talk about vampires, energetic vampires, I mean narcissists, martyrs, critics, drama queens, and others. So first of all, if this is your parents, especially when this is your mother, it is very important to overcome what society expects of you, just to respect your mother, to be there for her all the time, to take care of her no matter how she's treating you. So it's very important to let go of this unrealistic expectation that every mother is just a loving mother, that every mother wants what's the best for you. So just relax and let go of that. And of course, it's not just about mothers, it's about anybody in your family, but this is very important for you to understand. So when you emancipate yourself from energetic vampirism, gigantic amount of energy gets released, and then you can use that energy to accomplish incredible things in your life. You can use this energy to become self-fulfilled, self-realized, to bring in more abundance of love, and abundance of all kinds, financial abundance of friends, and amazing experiences into your life. So first of all, I am here to congratulate you that you're ready to reclaim your wings and start flying, soaring in your life. Okay, so 13 secret ways. When you learn those ways, you can achieve all of that. When you don't know the way how to overcome your trauma, when you continue being drained, you will continue being feeling unempowered, feeling that maybe whatever you're doing is not bringing results. Maybe you're hopeless right now. Maybe you're going through a tough time. Maybe you're doubting yourself. And that is normal after being brought up by narcissists. And that is normal after you are brought up by people who are energy vampires, or when you are surrounded by energy vampires. So listen up. Here are the ways to get out of that predicament and start a whole new chapter in your life. I can't wait to enlighten you, and I can't wait to support you in that. Meanwhile, my name is Luba Evans. I am a love coach and also Tantra teacher to hundreds of people, and thousands of people are studying my materials, and I also teach workshops and retreats. We also have a movement called ecstatic dating, which allows you to let go of dating apps and to actually come into personal, heart-centered contact in deep, meaningful connections with people who are very special, people who are working on themselves, people who are successful, people who did not settle for less. And so if this is something that is of interest to you, definitely subscribe to the channel, and also like the video if you like anything about my energy, my lipstick, maybe the content in the channel. Share it, pay it forward to people, spread it, and help other people who need this information and this transformation. All right, so number one, healing from the clutches of a narcissistic or toxic parent is possibly challenging, but also liberating and very rewarding journey when you turn that poison into nectar. And like a lotus, you're growing out of mud, you're growing out of dirt, but you are blossoming. And to see that flower blossom is the joy to my heart. This is the mission of my life, and this is what brings me tears to my eyes every time when I see another person healed. All right, number one, confronting past trauma. So that means that you acknowledge how you have been traumatized. You acknowledge that, yeah, I have some disempowering negative beliefs about myself, maybe thinking I'm not good enough, maybe thinking that all men or all women are terrible or cannot be trusted, maybe thinking that the world is a really unfair and cruel place, maybe thinking whatever I start fails, maybe thinking my life is a book of losses, maybe thinking whatever relationship I start, it always ends badly. Like all of those negative beliefs, they come from past trauma. They come usually from a child that was not receiving the love and appreciation and tenderness that she or he needed. And if that child is you or was you, please put it into the comments. Yes, I feel that I received a lot of negative beliefs from my parents, or maybe from my siblings, or maybe from my ex-partners. And the truth is that a lot of those beliefs are intergenerational, so they get passed on from one generation to another. For example, that men always get their way, or that women are hysterical and illogical, or whatever it is, whatever belief there is that you're carrying, you can always ask, is it always true? Where did this belief come from? What would my life be like if that belief was the opposite belief? For example, instead of thinking I'm not lovable, or I cannot attract love, or thinking I'm not good enough, what would happen if you were walking around the streets of the city thinking I am the best thing that happened, I am the gift from God, I radiate beauty, I easily attract love into my life, I really find a lot of beautiful things in men and women. And what do you think would happen? I'm here to tell you that what happens to my clients and students, and what happens is that on the second week being in our programs, they start blossoming and they start attracting very different type of attention. People want to be next to them, good people, givers, people who are there to appreciate them. So just imagine if you're walking all in fear, contracted, small, feeling sad, carrying the burden of frozen tears on your heart or in your eyes, then you're kind of disconnected from that radiant gift of your soul. But when you connect to that gift, when you connect to the power of your spirit, then you become this walking magnet. So this is so important. Number two, recognizing what that energetic vampire is actually doing to you. Recognizing what you're feeling, recognizing your feelings. And usually when we love someone, or when we're attached to someone who is an energetic vampire, there is a mix of feelings. There could be compassion towards them. There could be irritation. You might be feeling anger, and you might be feeling pity, all at the same time. So just recognizing that, knowing you're not alone in it, okay? Other people feel that too. And it's totally normal that you're feeling those feelings. So just get aware, recognize what is happening, and recognizing the triggers. Recognizing, okay, so when she says that, or when he says that, or when they do that, this is what's happening to me, okay? The third one is overcoming narcissistic proprietorship. And what it means is that a narcissist in your life, or a vampire in your life, is going to feel that they own you, okay? And they don't own you, and you owe them nothing. The only thing that you owe is to yourself to be happy. So that commitment to your own happiness and not to a specific person is an absolute must. So once you commit to your own happiness, and just you can do it right now as we're here in this video together, spending this precious time together, just say yes. And put it into the comments. Yes, I am committing to my own happiness no matter what. And that will allow you to break the supply chain, so to speak, to stop being a supply of energy for another person who does not have their own connection to light. And so they need to use you because your energy is so bright, so giving, so beautiful, so juicy. And so they want that energy. So making that commitment to your own happiness is the very, very key to start setting healthy boundaries and breaking that supply chain. Okay, so focusing instead of your own well-being, your own growth, on things which are interesting, which are inspiring, thinking about what inspires me, what puts my soul on fire, what gives wind to my sail, yeah? And so that comes together with releasing the need for approval from those people. So when you look at those energetic vampires, they might seem powerful and scary, but the reality is that they are people who are actually small and fearful, and they need to control, and they need to take energy from other people, and they need to discard and diminish other people in order to feel good. So right here, right now, I want you to imagine that that person, that energy vampire, is actually very small and kind of miserable. And I want you to connect to your own resource, to something that gives you power. Maybe it's trees, maybe it's the sun, maybe it's God, maybe it is angels, maybe it is river, maybe it is water, maybe it's fire. Whatever that is, just kind of like merge with the source of your power. Maybe it is the mission of your soul, maybe it's God. And so connecting with that, and from that place of your own power and your own commitment, you can look at this other person who is unable to have their own supply. You can just, feel sorry for them, but not enable them. Because feeling compassion towards the world includes you. Feeling compassion towards the world includes you feeling compassion towards your own inner child, towards your inner lover, towards your inner tender being who also needs space, who needs love, who needs to be heard, to be seen, who needs tenderness. So committing towards that is the key. Number 4, self-discovery or rediscovery. How exciting. How exciting it is to rediscover your true self, what you stand for, what your values are, and what is it that makes you the most alive, and serving that. And beloveds, I know many people who are thriving in their work, for example, selling stocks, or there was one guy who was a stockbroker. He was working so hard, but his soul was exhausted, just completely depleted. And finally, he decided to become a firefighter. And all of a sudden, he became totally happy, going from being a stockbroker to a firefighter. And so he rediscovered his true self. And just knowing what is it that makes you happy. There was one woman who is a database architect. And so she discovered that she really loves dogs. And she took this as a hobby she didn't want to, she was traveling a lot, so she couldn't take a dog as a full-time pet. So she decided to walk other people's dogs. And all of a sudden joy came back into her life. And, being joyful in some sense is our responsibility in the eyes of Creator. We were created for joy. We were created to enjoy this life. And so us being joyful and being grateful for that is pretty much our responsibility. So exploring your true passions, maybe it is to start learning a new language or a new instrument, or dancing, tango, salsa, belly dance, understanding what is that precious you, who was that precious you who has been sucked your whole life and depleted, leaking energy and giving yourself to other people, especially toxic people, energy vampires. So number 5 is reclaim your personhood, reclaim your uniqueness. You're nobody's property. This is not a property of anyone. You belong to yourself. Nobody can say that you owe something to them. Maybe just your children while they are young, but your partner does not own you. Maybe they can be a guardian to your heart, but they are not an owner of your heart or of your body. So this is very important. So your mother has to live her own life with her own relationship with God, and you're going to live your own life, and you can come together as 2 adults in mutual respect. And if that communication is not possible, then you're going to have to be setting boundaries and making new conditions and insisting on those conditions. And of course, in our programs, Magnetic Woman or Angel Program or Ecstatic Dating events, we teach you exactly how to do this, how to set boundaries, how to negotiate, how to express your needs, how to communicate in an authentic way, without confrontation, without anger, without exploding, but in a beautiful, elegant, strict and loving way, just loving and respecting your own self. Number 6, cultivating calmness and cultivating confidence. So sometimes when you are surrounded by energy vampires who are depleting you, you might develop somatic, psychosomatic symptoms like gaining weight or losing weight, or for example, sweating or trembling even, or getting insomnia, or wanting to sleep all of a sudden for a long time, more and more. So whatever responses, psychosomatic responses you're experiencing, maybe swelling, sometimes eczema. So there are all kinds of responses that people get from energy vampires. So it's very, very important to know how to self-regulate and how to catch that before it comes in, how to catch the slightest discomfort and love yourself so much that you could take care of that, because you committed to your own happiness and that is your responsibility. So, and you're a beautiful soul, you're a giving soul. And I know that for many of you, and maybe for you who is watching this video right now, it is difficult to say no. And maybe it is difficult to express your needs. Maybe you don't even know what your needs are. And maybe you're afraid to seem needy. And maybe you just not equipped, you don't have skills how to do it. So all of this happens in our coaching programs and our practice. Number 8, you need to develop defense against manipulation, resilience to counter manipulation tactics, guilt trips, and criticism. In different words, you need to learn how to detach from unwanted hooks, unhook yourself. And when we are on the hook, sometimes we feel like, oh my God, I'm helpless. There is nothing I can do. I don't want to upset this person. I feel that this person is so helpless, so miserable, or they're going to get angry. At the end of the day, this is rooted in our fear that if we say no, they're going to abandon us. They're not going to give us what we need when we want it, or that they're going to criticize us, or they're going to think that something is wrong with us. So the first thing to do is to understand, what am I getting? Like, to get really conscious, really brave, and really honest with yourself. What am I getting from this relationship with the energy vampire? What am I getting? Because if I'm getting absolutely nothing, probably I don't have much skin in the game, right? So usually we're getting something. At least we're getting some kind of, maybe some of those people are very manipulative, so they might flatter you. Some of them are going to fatten you up with compliments in order to eat you even better, so that you would be even tastier and juicier. So if they're giving you something, think about how you can get that from a different source. Feeling of aliveness, maybe. Sometimes toxic people can serve as roller coasters. Sometimes toxic people bring in aliveness and entertainment into our lives, especially when, for example, they are owning you, disowning you, or then they're playing hot and cold, or they're giving you this like moving target to follow, and so you're not bored. Okay, so in this situation, you need to find something for yourself. Maybe, I don't know, playing stock market, public speaking, some other kind of activities that give you that adrenaline. So for example, for me, it was definitely having my own business, because being an entrepreneur is always taking risks. So I'd rather spend my adrenaline on that than spend my adrenaline on a drama queen or on an emotionally unsafe relationship. All right, so I hope that is clear. Number 9, ooh, that's a hard one. Acceptance, beloved. So you have to come to terms. I highly recommend coming to terms, accepting that this toxic person, this vampire, is not going to change. So just accepting that, because when you accept that, your expectations go away. We get really hurt and sad and disappointed. In order to get disappointed, we first need to be still expecting something good every time. And so how does it work for you when you're always expecting that mother to be different, or that other vampire to be loving, to be considerate, and every time it's just the same story, same story, same story? So I'm just here to liberate you right now and to tell you, accept the way it is. This is how it is going to be, and find what you are getting from those people from somewhere else. And that somewhere else, again, could be other people, activities you're doing, your soul mission, your connection to higher power, art, other beautiful soul food, so to speak, co-creation with other people, self-development, stepping into our coaching programs, and many other things. All right, number 10. Sometimes there is a whole narcissistic or toxic clan of energy vampires. And sometimes, and maybe this is your story, that you were in a relationship with one toxic person, but that toxic person had a whole toxic family. And that toxicity and disrespectful, inconsiderate way of relating to each other was normalized, or maybe it's normalized in people around you. So separating yourself, sometimes just you alone against the whole bunch of people, against the whole culture sometimes of a family, or a whole culture of maybe even a whole nation. You know, if this nation, for example, is believing that men can dominate women, yes, it's going to take that is toxic, and it's going to take you to be brave and courageous. And here you are on this channel getting education, getting empowerment, and I'm giving you that spark that yes, you alone, even if you are surrounded by vampires, even if you are surrounded, you have the power. One person has the power to carry the light and to bring in true respect, love, boundaries into all relationships. And if they're not ready for that, and if they are uncoachable, you just leave. And most likely just accept where they are, and separate yourself. No contact is one possibility. If it's not possible, just like really minimize your time with them. And also you can use the phrases that I'm going to teach you in another video that will follow. Number 11, embracing the soulful mother and the soulful father of the world, in some way being adopted by your own self, which is the paternal maternal figure. So we have in our programs, we have a ritual which is called self-adoption ritual, when you become the mother to yourself, the ideal mother to yourself. So if you think about who is the ideal parent and the kind of parent that you would want, and come up with 3 qualities of that parent. For example, loving, supportive, somebody who understands you, or somebody who educates you, or somebody who plays with you. Just think, are you doing it towards yourself? And when you establish yourself as an adult, when you grow that traumatized part, and you start perceiving yourself, yes, I am an adult, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I am connected to the world, I'm not a little disconnected, separate being. When you come into your full power, then you can start loving that inner child. And that means giving yourself a break. And that means self-care. And that means allowing yourself to nourish yourself with soulful things, allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to take it easy, allowing yourself to buy maybe beautiful things for yourself too. And more than anything, allowing yourself to speak your truth. So that is number 11, embracing the soulful mother, soulful father of the universe. Number 2. Number 2 is forgiving yourself for whatever you did. Sorry, that's number 12. So that's forgiving yourself completely. Whatever you did before that maybe you knew was a wrong thing, okay? Maybe you knew I shouldn't do that, but you did it. Okay, and if this is you, please put it into the comments. Very important. I also want to hear from you on that. So sometimes people live for 10, 20 years, still not being able to forgive their own self. And that's when you are in a constant pattern of self-punishment of some kind. So look back and realize and understand that when you did that, which maybe wasn't such a great idea, all you wanted was to love and to be loved, and forgive yourself once and for all, and put your own hand on your face and your heart, and touch yourself with great love and compassion. And when you go to sleep, touch yourself with great love and compassion and gratitude, and say, you did great today. I am so proud of you. I love you so much. Okay, so this is a very, very important step. Number 13 step, share your journey and empower others. So for that, we have our angel program, and we're also teaching people how to lead ecstatic dating circles and events, and how to help other people to come into their true authentic self, and how to help other people to connect heart to heart within their love and mercy and boundaries as well, and to see each other from that unique perspective, really seeing each other as love. And so sharing your story, whether you're going to be empowering people through being a coach or being an angel or any other kind of agent of change, or maybe writing a book, or maybe just through your presence, whatever it is that you're doing, share the journey. Sharing your story, empowering others is the last step in this recovery. Okay, so one thing that I want you to be very clear on: healing from narcissistic mother, or healing from relationship with energy vampires, is a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of self-love and a journey of reclaiming your true self. It is a process that may take a bit, and of course, we're here to support you. So click on the link below and set time with us to talk to you, and for you to talk to us about your own self, your journey, the trauma that you went through, your desires and aspirations, especially if it is an aspiration to be in the best partnership of your life, or to serve other people, empower other people. And whatever it is, we're here to catch you, we're here to support you, we're here to share our spark, our wisdom, our skills, knowledge. So you're not alone. Don't worry, you are never alone. There are other people. There is a whole army of angels that we are educating and empowering, and you don't ever have to be alone anymore in all of this. There is no need for you to continue living that trauma. There is no need for you to be the supply for a narcissist. There is zero need. You only have one life, and let's make it count. So if any of these points resonate with you, please also like and subscribe to the video, share it with your friends, share it with people who are struggling maybe. And I will see you on the Love Breakthrough or Discovery call. And I'm inviting you into our tribe. I'm sending you so much love, and I want to see you as the most radiant, happy version of yourself. And if you're a woman, maybe I want to see you belly dance. Actually, I do belly dance. So I'm sending you a lot of love. This was Luba Evans, and please stay tuned for the next video. In the next videos, I'm going to be sharing the exact phrases that you can use to deal with toxic people and energy vampires. Sending you a lot of love from New York.